Hey guys, and welcome back to the Hot Tea channel where we spill tea left, right, and everywhere in between. You know the drill, the tea is too hot to hold any longer, so let's just get into it. This week, Bryce Hall was set to make an appearance on the BFFs podcast, but he was running late, seemingly for a good reason though.
I had to walk here. I don't have a car. I had to walk.
You said you were 5 minutes
Don't you
away.
have the range?
No.
Why don't you have a car?
I got hit by a drunk driver.
Back in June of this year, Bryce's Tesla was totaled due to being hit by an intoxicated driver. He shared on Twitter the situation saying, "I got hit by a drunk driver last night at 40 plus miles per hour with 5 people in my car because the guy ran a red light." He continued, "I'm genuinely so grateful that everyone is okay and amazed everyone left with only minor injuries." It's a little surprising that Bryce hasn't arranged a car since then and is still immobile from something that happened about 3 months ago. But he made it to the set anyways, and the BFF squad wanted to pick his brains about the Monty Lopez / Young Gravy / Sheri Nicole situation, as Bryce is kind of more in that circle than any of them, and of course he used to actually date Addison Rae, so he probably has a decent leg to stand on in ways of opinion about her dad.
From what I really remember, this was 2 years ago, I remember he was sober completely. Would always preach about how he's been sober, and the whole family would be like, yeah, he's sober, and he was always very hyper. So I was like, is he sober?
Bryce doesn't think that it's alcohol that has Monty acting this way, but rather, quote, other things. But nonetheless, Bryce simply just isn't really surprised by the way Monty Lopez has been acting recently. And of course, Monty has still been going on this whole Young Gravy thing, but he's slowed down just a bit. And also kind of set his sights on Tana as well now. Tana and Sheri Nicole were hanging out recently, and Monty clearly wanted to use that for some more attention. These are grown-ups, you guys, literal whole-ass 40-plus-year-olds. So anyways, as it turns out, Monty was supposed to make an appearance on the BFFs podcast as well, but I guess kept postponing or whatever, but eventually replied to them saying, "Sorry, super busy schedule, and I don't have time for freebies." The audacity. Don't get me wrong, the Hot Tea channel opinion on Dave Portnoy is not the most favourable, but basically calling an appearance on Dave's podcast charity is just straight up rude, especially considering that Monty doesn't have any notable talent or celebrity of his own right and has been purely riding the coattails of his daughter's fame, only to become the literal definition of embarrassment and drag out some drama just to stay somewhat relevant in the headlines. And to be quite frank, the relevancy that he has arguably maintained this past couple of months is not in a good way. It's in the most cringe way. I mean, there's literally a diss track in the mix now.
Hey, look, Gravy, this is for you, bro. Fuck you and fuck them hoes. I'm a villain in the villa. I stole your bitches.
I'm deceased from the cringe. There's really nothing for him to be proud of as an individual, and handling business like this by calling it freebies will just burn bridges, and the end of Monty Lopez will be a swift one. Needless to say, the BFF squad picked up on the level of sheer insolence here.
He's
money.
delusional. What? Who does he think he is?
We think
Addison Rae's dad.
So
what is that?
So who are you? Who are you? You're Addison Rae's dad. You're a loser.
Bryce also mentioned this.
The man wanted to get paid to come on the BFF podcast.
He's starting an OnlyFans. I don't think he needs
He's
money.
delusional.
Gross, please God, no. But I'm here for the entertainment, so if and when Monty Lopez drops his OnlyFans, comment below if you want a reaction video from Ray for old time's sake on that. I'm sure she'll need the therapy afterwards though. Monty recently shared a teaser for his spicy content, but it was swiftly deleted, so who knows if that was just a stunt to get attention or if he's actually serious about doing it. But the tea is, I guess, that there is a possible collab with Monty and Ava Louise. What's more, a while back, Ava, I guess, was trying to take Bryce from Addison.
And it says Ava tried to steal Bryce Hall from Addison Rae in the past. Yeah.
No, she just was posting that she wanted to fuck me while me and Addison were dating.
Last year, though, she also posted this, throwing up some allegations, but then also posted this, which could of course be taken as a joke and not serious, but hello, Ava? Ava Louise is kind of a whole topic, to be perfectly honest with you, so maybe we'll add her to the Hot Tea History deep dive list. What do you guys think? Anyways, Bryce's opinion on Taylor Holder is still not a good one currently.
So do you still hate him, Taylor?
Yeah.
You'll likely remember there was some weird happenings with Taylor Holder issuing cease and desist letters to all of his friends in the space. but no explanation was really ever given. Even when Taylor went on the BFFs podcast to supposedly set the record straight, he basically said nothing and didn't explain anything at all.
There's never going to be a time in my life where I don't hate that guy. There's nothing that he could say or do to make me like him.
Apparently, Josh Richards isn't much of a fan either.
Josh, where are you at with him?
I mean, I don't stand for like what I've heard he's done and everything like that at all. Like just morally it goes against everything.
Who knows the exact details of what has gone on there, but I do hope that we eventually find the truth out, because for now, I really just speculate the worst, which sucks without having anything to go off of, because who really wants the worst to be true? Does that make sense? Anyway, circling back to Tana Mongeau, her and Jeff are back again this week with a podcast episode after they were recently both on vacation in Europe, but not together. They just both happened to be kind of around the same places, around kind of the same time, and yes, I am still very much here for this possible relationship. Even if they just keep putting it off, I'm here for it. But while discussing their recent trips, Jeff spills some tea on Logan Paul's current relationship.
You know, he signed with WWE, and that was like his big thing to do, and he had his new girlfriend there.
Yeah.
And Mike
What's
was.
that about?
What do you
Be
mean?
the one. Be the one to drop the tea.
I don't know. Am I allowed to? Is that out?
Yes, Tana, get Jeff to spill the tea.
So what's the tea? You know.
I mean, yeah, she's dope. She's really cool.
Who is she?
She's a model.
Yeah.
She used to date Leonardo DeCaprio.
Oh shit.
I mean, this
Did
is
she
all
age
public.
up for Leo and then Logan had to?
Speaking of Leonardo DiCaprio, turns out that Jeff was actually dating someone who was in a movie with him, so he kind of knows some stuff about Leo as well.
I wonder if he's like crazy.
Yeah, he's crazy. I heard he fucks with AirPods on, and he listens to his own.
Is that him?
Strange, but do your thing, I guess. Of course, though, Tana and Jeff have to talk about the current tea, and that right now is Young Gravy and Sheri Nicole actually possibly being serious.
Doesn't want to talk about other women that from the past and stuff. And he was like, no, we can't talk about them. I don't want Sheri to get mad. So it's
Dead
real.
ass.
It's real. Yeah.
And you might also remember, Tana and Monty Lopez had a whole beef that kind of just went cold after she posted that TikTok in the airport, talking about how she had to, quote, save her friends from him due to them feeling unsafe.
We never touched on the Monty stuff because you were out of town.
Oh, have we not?
I bumped into him at Runyon. I was thinking clout. I didn't approach him about you. And when I approached him, he was like, yo, I don't want no problems, Jeff. I ain't trying to box you.
Seems like, while Monty Lopez is attempting to get Young Gravy in the ring, he wants nothing to do with fighting Jeff Wittek, and I guess that's fair enough. But seemingly, Jeff will be having words with Monty for what he said about Tana.
Next time I see you at Runyon, we're going to have a chat about Tana. I don't like what you said about her body count. You slut-shamed her. How dare you slut-shame my counterpart here when you're running around doing the stuff you're doing?
Watch out, Monty.
I don't even want your pity Monty Lopez beef now.
No, now it's on. Now I'm going to it's on site.
Give
when
him
I
a
see
message.
Jeff and Tana's friendship got really strong while Tana was off the booze for that 30 days, but as soon as Jeff took off on vacation, Tana says that she immediately resorted back to her old behavior.
I met up with my ex-girlfriend. I was back on my
I
Bella
saw
Thorne
that.
shit. Oh, I got back to my old ways.
Did you guys...
We hung out.
Okay, hung out?
Yeah.
And possibly, Tana and Bella meeting up in Ibiza was serendipitous.
And then she was like, I'm at the W Hotel, and I was at the W Hotel, and I was like, this is fate. Why are we at the same hotel at the same time at the same place in Ibiza?
In my opinion, there's not much of a chance of Tana and Bella getting back together, but I'm pretty sure there was an OnlyFans collab that happened, so good for them for getting along, burying the hatchet, and making the bag. But Tana may have just dodged fully getting back with Bella after all.
I was gonna meet you in Mykonos, Bella. When we got back, she was going back out to Mykonos, and we had just
Again?
rekindled. Yeah, we just like rekindled, and she's like, "Come with me to Mykonos. Let's go together." Like, da da da. But I knew if I went to Mykonos with her, like, I would have came back dating her. You know.
Things didn't end great for them last time, so I'm thinking that Tana possibly dodged a bullet here. Plus, she has said a few times that she wants to date someone not in the spotlight, and that's probably a great idea for her. Jeff and Tana seem to also have finally settled on a name for their joint podcast by submitting a Twitter poll and having everyone else decide between Off the Meds, Brain Dead, Just Friends, and Friends with Benefits. According to this poll, Off the Meds has won, so it looks like that'll be what they go with moving forward. Anyways, guys, that's actually going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Before you leave this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, you should probably head over to our Instagram and slap a follow on there, as we are going to be keeping you up to date with the hottest tea and headlines as they happen. You can, of course, also submit your own tea that you've come across, and we'll possibly cover that. But for now, enjoy some eye bleach.